Hi everyone, I'm Pavneet Ahluwalia. I'm a Principal Product Manager for Azure Kubernetes Service. I lead a team of PMs that work on observability, performance, and scalability for AKS. Currently, I'm working on redesigning our Node Auto Repair feature. So Node Auto Repair is a built-in feature in AKS that is enabled by default. And what it really does is it makes sure that your nodes stay available. How it works is basically we measure certain conditions on the node, and based on that, if the node goes unhealthy and it stays unhealthy for more than 5 minutes, we will automatically start remediating the node. Now, how do we remediate it? We basically go through a cycle of multiple actions. For example, we will restart, re-image, and then reboot the node if it stays unhealthy. And we do them one step at a time. We will first do re-image the node, see if that recovers the node back to a healthy state. We wait for a period of time. If that does not work, then we will go on to the second step and so on to the third. And if at the end of the three, the nodes still remain not ready, then we will repeat the whole cycle. And at the end of that, usually the node recovers and it becomes healthy again. But if for whatever reason that's not happening, we will take the node and let you know that, hey, you need to take some action on this node through events. Now, the cool thing about Node Auto Repair is we are actually using the open source node problem detector under the hood. If you don't know, Node Problem Detector is something that is installed on your node, and it is watching for certain conditions on the node. For example, CPU pressure, memory pressure, or PID pressure. And if any of those conditions are triggered, it will basically emit an event to API server saying, hey, node XYZ is under memory pressure. Now, we watch for those events, and we watch for those conditions that NPD triggers. And based on that, we detect that there's something wrong going on with this node, and it is staying unhealthy, and that's how we trigger our auto repair mechanism. So, as you know, NPD is open source, right? Now, currently NPD watches for about 6 to 7 conditions. We are working on adding several more conditions for use cases like GPUs. For example, GPUs have specific metrics and specific heat management conditions that you need to watch for. Azure today has a separate open source project where we share those HPC GPU monitoring conditions and health checks. We are now working to integrate those health checks back into the node problem detector so that everybody can benefit from what we've learned. We'll also bake that into our Azure Kubernetes service so that we can watch for GPU health as well and start auto remediating for those conditions as well. So this is an open welcome to anybody who is interested in auto remediation in Kubernetes. Please contribute to Node NPD. If you see there are issues that most Kubernetes flavors miss, feel free to add those health checks back to Node Problem Detector so that we can use it and everybody else in the community can benefit from it as well. Yes. So something that we're working on that we're really excited about today is how can we extend Node Problem Detector to a broader, how can we extend Node Auto Repair to a broader auto repair functionality in AKS? There are 2-3 pieces that we're working on. First of all, we're working on making the Node Auto Repair more agile so that it can take other signals outside of NPD as well. So for example, you might want to send your own signal to AKS saying, hey, this node is not functioning the way I want it to function. Can you remediate it? And then you can also extend it to bring your own remediation logic. We are in early stages of building that feature, and we are very excited of how that can give you customizability and control to really deliver auto healing and auto remediation for Kubernetes. The other part we're working on is we already remediate your control plane and your add-ons when there's something wrong. For example, if your CodeDNS goes not healthy, we watch for that and we actually remediate that automatically. But how can we extend that to a broader auto scaling and better ownership of how we can give you assurances and especially proactive workload assurance so that you don't have to worry about the platform and you can just focus on your application.